Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Look. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Shit. Scratching bitches off just like the lottery. She made a mistake, grammatical apostrophe. Yeah. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Baby, come fuck with the Monopoly. PC, the hoe, ain't nobody hot as me. Searching for somebody hotter, why you even bother? Girl, I'm toasty where the oven be, and I keep the heat. Dare nigga try and follow me. Back from the bank, catch a nigga in the kitchen, brains on the kitchen sink. I ain't playing with these niggas too deep in the game. Balls deep in your bitch, and I want that you don't claim. Girl, don't you lie to me. In the sea, mini fit your baby, they piranhas. I don't need no drama or no teeth. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. If she don't suck, then she obviously not a freak. Probably not for the team. I'ma keep it honest, G. Prophesy the prophecy. Look, I am me. No one can relate how no one can compare. Bitch, you better know I pour that hair one in that dairy, yeah. Like my pussy nice and sweet. Let me taste it, let me feast. Big dog, he gotta eat. On the west and out the east. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Shit. Scratching bitches off just like the lottery. She made a mistake, grammatical apostrophe. Yeah. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Baby, come fuck with the Monopoly. PC, the hoe, ain't nobody hot as me. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Shit. Scratching bitches off just like the lottery. She made a mistake, grammatical apostrophe. Yeah. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Baby, come fuck with the Monopoly. PC, the hoe, ain't nobody hot as me.
Ain't nobody hot as me. I'm the type to fit that cylinder in her isosceles. Shit, she probably fucking, but it's not for free. What's the cash app? Bitch, you'll have a nigga pay your fee. Yeah, I can see just how you whine me. Pouring out of me is this misogyny, it's riding me. Pick apart the beat up, pick apart the pee. Like how the fuck you let them niggas feed your ass that riding me? Got these bitches salivating over me, holding back every temptress dictatorship of the ovaries. Notably said these niggas is white. They too controlling, be calling P like I'm calling power. Head in the rotary. Shit, if she don't fuck, then she not for me. Cop a plea or cop a feel, you still can't catch enough from me. Shit, fuck her fresh about the poverty. Feed her anorexic, think she probably need the calories.
If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Shit. Scratching bitches off just like the lottery. She made a mistake, grammatical apostrophe. Yeah. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Baby, come fuck with the Monopoly. PC, the hoe, ain't nobody hot as me. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Shit. Scratching bitches off just like the lottery. She made a mistake, grammatical apostrophe. Yeah. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Baby, come fuck with the Monopoly. PC, the hoe, ain't nobody hot as me.
Bitches who done made their way up to the tip top. Sandal game is nice, she never flip flop. Bless you with the tube socked and stuffed you like the turkey in this crock pot. I'ma pop her lock and make it drip drop. Tick tock, top notch, pussy pop, yellow Yellow, bone, turn me on, top notch. Top notch. Top notch. This girl said that she could turn me on. Top notch, you put it on, but you have to give me down. Girl, I'm with it, yeah, you know that I'm specific. Get you wet like the Pacific. Now you soaking, floating by the ocean. That was just a section ocean. Baby, gonna grab the lotion. I'ma give you options, no kaleidoscope. And ride me with that watermelon, and I'll lead you cantaloupe. Just make sure that you watch the slope. The circle about the adios. Yo, damn, girl, that was the best head I've ever had. But I'ma need you to just slow it down. When you go down, you gotta get the bossing all around. This ain't no game, I'll tell you what you hold me down. I know that you ain't used to this. I'm not trying to be ruthless. I'd rather see you toothless. Armani dress from Budapest. Like they say, baby, you the best. And who am I to argue? If you the top notch, I put that pussy on the pedestal. If the treat don't work, I'm a seducer with an edible. No, my game is incredibly incredible. She trying to read me, but I'm not truly legible. Wordplay be impeccable. Sex can be regrettable. Cause when I hit you once with the stroke, you seem forgettable. Pull up in that Rari and them Bentleys, we be flexing those. Never rock familiar clothes. Lizard is chameleon flow. Blizzard is relentless, no to knock over your bungalow. Bitch, I be the same damn nigga from a year ago. I don't give a fuck about what they say, but what you hearing, no. Bitch, I be the same damn nigga from a year ago. You all up on my cock, I beg you not. I played your slide and became the new top notch.
This is what I'm going to say first, because the first 5 to 10 minutes of the podcast are very confrontational, and then they get into more of a back and forth conversation. But Brittany Renner definitely went out there, and she is going hard at them, not only on behalf of the women, but on behalf of Black women. And just remember that she is mixed. She's half Black. So she even spoke about it on the Vlad interviews, where she said that because she felt whitewashed by her grandparents and whatnot, she went to an HBCU in Jackson State, which is in Mississippi. And she went there because she wanted to get a Black experience, and that's where she really found herself, okay? So she is one of those mixed girls who were conflicting with their identity. Am I Black? Am I white? Who should I hang with? The hood dudes or the brads? What should I do? What guys should I go for? And ultimately, she chose to go with her Black side, okay? So there is a lot of inner battles that she faces, and she's spoken about it before. I've broken it down on this channel. But like I said, I think overall she would be a dope chick to kick it with and whatnot. Obviously, you wouldn't want to impregnate her, but I think that, you know, overall, you know, she would probably be a vibe. Okay, like I hang with girls who act like Brittany Renner all the time, look like Brittany Renner, look better than Brittany Renner. Okay, and you know, what I've come to find is that if you're one of those guys and you can't stand being around chicks unless you're smashing or all this kind of stuff, it really hurts in just your social ability and your social dynamics. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that a lot of guys are looking to smash and this, that, and the third, but what I would say is, if you do get in a situation where a woman has friend zoned you and you know it's going to be friend zone, and you pretty much have to go the platonic route, I think that if you can really get into her mindset and treat her as that friend without trying to smash, for one, over time, she will be attracted to you, because the more time a woman spends with a man, any man, she is going to find things about him that are attractive. Okay. That's just reality. That's it just happens like that. Okay. It's almost like the law of attraction. So, if you go in and you get friend zoned and you're chilling with a chick, pick her brain, man. Pick her brain, man. Get as much information from her on how deals with dating and stuff like that, so that it can equip you with the tools that you need to bag other chicks. Because a lot of times when you are in the friend zone, it's difficult to get out of. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but it's difficult to get out of. So pick her brain, man. It ain't nothing wrong with having those female friends that you pick their brain for, even though you know you're not going to be smashing. It always works. And then when you go out, being seen with her, if she's decent looking, I'm not telling you to, befriend some beluga whales or nothing like that. But if she's decent looking, it can give you a good look when you're going out. Now, if you going out with, you can be friends with like a big chick, but if you go out with that big chick, people gonna think you with her, and it's gonna hurt your face card a little bit, okay? But anyways, let's get into the video. I've rambled long enough.
That you warn guys about girls like me, so tell me about girls like me.
Just
Humor
women
me.
in general. Like, I mean,
Well, no, but no, don't women in general, because you literally specifically said before we got on here that you did say that you warn guys about girls like me. So now that we're face to face, what kind of girl am I?
So Brittany Renner comes in straight shooting shots. All right. She asked Myron to tell her, what type of girl am I? And let me tell you what type of girl Brittany Renner is, because I'm telling you, if you do a world star search, just type in bundle of Brittany or Brittany Renner, and the type of girl that she is going to be shown. She's a clout chaser. She's a cleat chaser. She chases men of celebrity. She chases a type of man, which it is what it is. That's her game. That's what she does. That's what a lot of these women in these big cities do. I'm not knocking it. That's what you do. Then it is what it is. All right. But when it comes to the type of chick she is, she's a finesser. Okay. She already said that, if you want to have a baby with a basketball player. They're dumb. They don't use condoms, whatnot. She is a woman who will put you on blast. Okay. She is a woman who wants control of the narrative. All right. She is a bossed up, independent, cute chick. Okay. So she is the type of chick who is going to want to have the power dynamic in every relationship. She has a lot of masculine tendencies. Okay. Even when she sat down with Akademiks the first time, he told her that, hey, you're a side chick. You're a glorified side chick. Nobody has really cuffed you. And the reason nobody has cuffed you, right, is because you're not a good look. It's not a good look to have Brittany Renner arm in arm with you, because she is the finesse king. She is the narrative king. She's the social media queen, rather. Okay. So she's going to try and use all of these different angles against you and play the victim. Okay. Within the PJ Washington situation, she speaks on multiple podcasts saying that she didn't know that he was going to be unfaithful. This is a 23-year-old guy who just got into the NBA. He's got multi-million-dollar contract, and you think that he's just going to be laid up with you. And we're supposed to believe that these are intelligent women. So if you're an intelligent woman, then why would you believe that this man would be faithful? Why would you have a child out of wedlock without getting married? Because we saw on the Poor Man podcast debate with that bigger chick that she didn't even know that PJ Washington and Brittany Renner were never married. So she had a child out of wedlock with this man. She did not get the bag secured as in marriage, because she's getting a little child support check. She went on this press run because the child support check ain't cutting it, bruh. It's not cutting it for her lifestyle. She might be getting, 12, 15 bands, maybe even 20 bands a month, but it is not cutting it for her lifestyle. She likes to live in $5,000 a month condos. She likes to have the finer things in life. She likes to drive in the fancy cars, the woman in the caviar. She likes all of that, okay? She likes the lifestyle. And whatever they settled on for child support is not going to support her lifestyle, okay? Do a Google search, do a world star search of Brittany Renner, and I'm telling you what you're going to find is a very toxic woman, okay? Even if you go to her YouTube channel, she has this video of her crying and breaking down her trauma and whatnot and the guys that she had dealt with. and the reasons why she, even when she did deal with a good guy, she wasn't able to sustain that relationship because she wanted to go to the next level of the candy store, like Myron talks about. Okay. So there's a lot going on with this woman. And honestly, I think in person, Myron should have came with that flame even more. I think he should have came with that flame even more and really told her about herself without using profanity, because she used profanity. She called him, you know, the B word, a bitch ass nigga, which a lot of black women call black men. Okay. So anyways, I'm going to let her explain.
You're not special. You're like other girls. That's the
I'm
key.
not special.
Like,
so
you're like other women that are
so
like,
what makes you special then?
I never said I was.
What do you gain from telling girls that they're not special? How does that make you feel?
So she is on the offensive and she has Myron on the defensive. I'm not going to lie. In this snippet, she had him on the ropes. But if you watch the rest of the podcast, I think Myron was trying to be nice. Honestly, I really do. I think he was trying to keep himself in and let her go on the combat and let her show herself. Brittany Renner is a very toxic woman, okay? She is a very toxic woman. And because she didn't learn how to be black in her formative years while she was living with her grandparents, she went to an HBCU. And this is what I'll say about HBCUs. Look, the HBCU is cool. Y'all can do whatever. But look at Howard University. They had their students protesting for 3 months in tents outside of the student center, right? Because their dorms were not up to par. My sister went to Spelman. They didn't have air conditioning in the dorms. My other sister went to Clark Atlanta. So there are a lot of issues when it comes to safety at HBCUs and where the funding goes with the leaders of those HBCUs. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say. But she went to an HBCU so that she could basically learn how to be black, learn what it means to be black, learn what black people do. So her personality, get this, her personality is based off of what she believes or perceives being black is from what she learned from that HBCU that she went to. Okay, and HBCUs can give you a good representation of the black experience and whatnot, but it doesn't give you the full picture, in my opinion. Okay, what they typically do at HBCUs is they use a form of indoctrination to convince you that you are a perpetual victim in the society, and they try and harp on slavery and institutionalize this and institutionalize that, and I think it's a really limiting mindset. So, you know, I don't have any problem with the HBCUs. I'm just saying that they have some internal battles that they're fighting for themselves, just like Brittany Renner is. And I think because Myron is not, you know, black in the sense of he was around real niggas and shit like that. Like when growing up, he really doesn't have that dynamic in discussing her. So he really couldn't break her down to a T. Especially if you haven't done your research like I have. But I think in this clip, he was very much on the defensive, and he didn't want to get offensive, because whenever a man goes at a woman, that's what they're looking for. So she is definitely emulating what she believes a black woman is. And a lot of those traits can be toxic, okay? Because a lot of the women that she is probably modeling her personality off of, I can guarantee you they're probably single today.
I mean, I know everything is a joke, but I'm asking you a real question. So how does it make you feel? Because if I say you're a bitch ass nigga, that does something for me, right?
There you go. The insults, the shaming language. But if Myron would have came to her and called her a dumbass bitch or a dumbass hoe, a clout chasing ass hoe, you know what I'm saying? Then he's the bad guy. Women can pretty much say anything to you. You're not supposed to react. You're not supposed to have any type of animosity toward her after that. You're just supposed to overlook it. And I think he did a good job of not taking that to heart and really lashing out.
I insult you, or if I tell you you're not special, you're forgettable. What does that do for me? No, but that doesn't. But that's what I'm saying. No, but I'm saying, what if I call you? If I just say that again, you're forgettable. That's why I didn't want to do you guys' podcast. Forgettable. Hate the setup. The name is underwhelming.
So, like I said, more insults. Hate the setup. They literally have one of the best podcast setup. Honestly, the view, I've been there, it's crazy. It's a good setup, man. They have one of the best setups in the podcast game right now. That's why they were able to grow so quickly and gain so much notoriety.
I didn't really see the value in it. Right?
Sure.
That's how I feel. Right. But so
I think Brittany Renner heavily was standing up for Black women, and she was trying to be the one to stand up for Black women. But when it comes to what Fresh and Fit said about Black women, for one, they joke on everybody. It doesn't matter. They joke. They made Karen jokes. They made all types of jokes. Okay. But one thing is, when you joke on Black people, then they get in their feelings. Then it's more sensitive. And that's why our comedians can't even, like, we'll never have another Richard Pryor. We'll never have Eddie Murphy, because these people are so sensitive to the point where they will I'm not saying Brittany Renner will, but dudes in the streets, like, it doesn't even have to be dudes in the streets. It could just be a regular dude that you arguing with on Instagram. These dudes are willing to kill you just because you have an opinion, just because you made a joke, just because you have a preference. I mean, look at the comedian Demuni in Memphis. Okay, he ended up getting killed because he made a joke about Young Dolph. It was insensitive and whatnot, but you know, a lot of the things that he said was not wrong. Memphis is a hellhole right now, okay? And we've seen all of that play out. So there are so many issues that are going on in the Black community. And I think that Brittany Renner was supposed to be that representative who was supposed to tell them about themselves when it comes to Black women. And I'm just saying, Black women, y'all have to fight your own battles when it comes to telling these guys off. Because sending Brittany Renner, she really is like in my opinion, it's like she's trying to imitate what she thinks a sister is, okay? Because she was never taught what that was and that real experience. She never had that real experience. Let's see, what else do I have on that? I think that's pretty much it, you know. But anyways, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Send your relationship question to the email down below. You already know. Reclaim your throne. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Quarantino Da GAWD coming at you live and direct. And today we have a very special topic. So, guys, it is time to break down this Brittany Renner video we have here. And she went on the podcast with Akademiks, the Off the Record podcast. And it was a pretty good podcast. The clip that he put out made Myron look a little bad. But I think it led to people actually watching the full podcast. And then I think Myron pretty much, he kind of played the big brother role on it, honestly. Like, he told her, hey, you should go back to your baby daddy, this, that, and the third. Like, I want to see you win, baby girl. Like, he played the big brother role, and he definitely was the bigger man in this position, because Brittany Renner called him a bitch ass nigga, and he really could have came back and said, oh, well, you a hoe, da, 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 whatever. He could have said whatever. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, that's what happened. And what we're going to do is we're going to break it down in the Quarantino fashion that we do. And we are going to tackle her points, tackle everybody's points, and give our own opinion. All right, I had to correct that title on Twitch because they didn't like it on Twitch. But anyways, let us get into it. we're going to go straight into it. And I'm sure this will get copyrighted, but honestly, I don't give a fuck. Let's see.
I don't disagree
Okay, here we go.
with what she does. Like at all. This is what we tell guys. This is how a lot of modern day women operate. It is what it is. This is the game.
Wait, all right, hold on. Let me introduce this. Really.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Welcome to another episode of Off the Record Podcast. Hey, listen, man, I have to do it again, man. Okay, I had to bring towards y'all two different opposing views. I think three people who hold opposing views. But the great thing about Off the Record, where we try to keep it as uncensored as possible. We're not like fresh and fit uncensored.
We're about to get canceled.
But we tried our best. Okay,
You guys are already canceled.
Also, I have Brittany Renner in the building. I just believe one of the great female voices of our time who could speak for a generation and how women are operating. And, I give her the utmost credit for just being able to eloquently communicate vocally those points, where in other situations, women just quote lyrics and, go to popular cliches nowadays to explain.
And they'll say period and think they made a point.
Explain why they do certain things rather than actually have some real substance behind it. So I think this is the first time you guys have met.
Yes.
Right?
It is.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think we're gonna have a great debate. Myron thinks different. You've watched a few of their clips. You also see them go viral recently because I was trying to get you on their show. And that's the elephant in the room.
Yes.
I think Myron's off you. You know why? They hit me, and these are my guys, by the way. Like they'll show me so much love, I show them love back. They're like, hey, listen, you had Brittany Renner, that was a good episode. Hey, you should see if she wants to come and do our podcast. I did ask her about it. I'm going to be honest, she didn't seem like she was in the know that much, but she was probably getting a bunch of requests from other people. And then you guys saw her do a lot of other podcasts, and it's like, wait, is she ducking the fade? Are you ducking the goats in misogyny? Okay, are you ducking these guys? What's up?
No, I mean, to be honest with you guys, like my biggest goal was I wanted to hit Holy Trinity first, Fab Five. So I felt like it was you, Kevin Samuels. I did No Jumper, DJ Vlad. There's one more I'm forgetting too, but I can't.
Damn, no love for Joe Budden.
Oh,
man.
Joe Budden. Shit.
Okay, so in the interviews, that she did, the only interview that I saw that she was really on the ropes was with DJ Vlad. Okay, and we've broken down the Kevin Samuels interview. We've broken down all that. But the only one that she was on the ropes was DJ Vlad, and that's because DJ Vlad made her cry because he started asking. His line of questioning was that brought up a lot of emotion from her. She was really upset, and it really tugged on her heartstrings the way Vlad was asking them questions. That was the only interview that I saw that really got the best of her.
Well, whatever.
Joe, I got you.
Akademiks too, because he called her a side chick.
Dog.
Yeah, Joe Budden too. So for me, I just kind of felt like you guys are newer on the scene. You guys only are like a year and a half old. So for me, I just felt like, okay, well, I'm going to go with what I know and what's kind of been around for a long time. And that's kind of how I operate. I'm never ducking anything. That's why I'm here with you guys today. When Akademiks called me, I was like, consider it done.
She was ready.
Because I was just so curious as to what we could learn from each other today.
Ready for all the smoke?
So
there is no smoke, sweetie.
Wait, hold on. And it's interesting you say that because, Myron sees fresh. Great idea was don't tell Myron until today. So we walk in, you first see Brittany Renner, and we're thinking you're probably gonna be like, okay, shit, we're gonna have this great debate. But you said initially, like, I don't think there's much to really debate. Why?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. We've always said it, like, men and women, we're very different. We have opposing goals. Like, girls are trying to, get resources, time, attention out of guys. Guys are trying to get sex. And girls, a lot of the time, are trying to get what they need to get out of dudes without necessarily giving it up. And some girls are good at it, some girls aren't.
Facts. And that's exactly what Brittany Renner did. What Brittany Renner did was she pretty much was supporting PJ, going to his basketball games, luring him in, got the baby. The child support was not what she thought it was going to be. That was her bad. That was her bad. She hustled backwards. She should have gotten married before she got the baby, but she didn't. And she took the L. And that's why she's so salty now, because she fucked around and fucked with PJ. And PJ put a baby in her, but he's only paying, you know, maybe like 10, 12 bands in child support. And that's not enough for her to support the lifestyle that she thought she was going to be able to afford, with PJ Washington being her baby's father.
And then there's other girls that are kind of models for that are good at finessing dudes. And not to say that you're a finesser, I ain't saying that, but girls are able to, you know, run laps around a lot of guys. And that's why our podcast exists, to help dudes out to understand like how women operate and how they move.
Now, you have a different point of view.
Wait. Where do you think she fits in that? Because, you know, I think her point of view would be diametrically opposed to you guys by saying, well, I'm not the exact typical person who you may think dudes are running into, or you're trying to tell people to stay away from.
I mean, well, sure, she could tell. She was saying that we're wrong, I guess, about that.
Well,
so you tell us a little bit about yourself. Then.
No, I think you know more about me than I do myself. So you're saying
no,
obviously you do though.
And we do know more about her than she does herself, because I'm telling you guys, go to World Star. I've done this before when I've covered Brittany Renner. Just type in Brittany Renner into World Star, and you will see all of the debaucherous things that she had said, all of the crazy things that she's done. Obviously, there's videos of her modeling fitness wear and being very slutty online, things that we can't even show on this YouTube channel. And obviously, you know, that's her prerogative. It is what it is. Girls just want to have fun and all that kind of shit. But that doesn't make you more attractive in a relationship. Like, she's doing this shoot with Tiana Trump where they're literally sucking a banana and handing a banana to each other while they're half naked. Guys aren't going to really take that seriously and cuff you. Okay. It is what it is. So, what Brittany Renner is going to have to do is she's going to have to find a nigga who is not on the same level as her, who she's going to be able to control. See, a lot of women say, these, what was I going to say? A lot of women say these females that you guys are talking about, they're like dumb and they don't have anything and this and the third. The fact of the matter is, niggas are not intimidated by chicks who have a bag. As a matter of fact, that's a come up. Like, if I was to run into a bitch and she was a millionaire, I'm finna fuck the shit out of this bitch for as long as possible and get whatever the fuck I can out of it. Like, it is not intimidating at all. It's just not, okay? And women get that messed up all the time. And they think in their mind that, oh, a powerful woman is intimidating to a guy. Psh, shit. On the contrary, you look at who was it? Bill Gates' wife or Jeff Bezos' wife who got with the teacher? She got with a teacher. You think that nigga was intimidated that she got a bag? Fuck no. That nigga is cheesing ear to ear. He's cheesing ear to ear. This nigga is elated that he was able to bag Mackenzie Bezos, and she got what? She got how many million, billion, whatever the fuck? This nigga is happy as fuck. So we got to stop. The women have to stop it with this. Y'all are intimidated. No, finding a woman with a bag is a come up. Okay. Now, the headache that comes with it is a whole nother discussion.
Because you said that you warn guys about girls like me. So tell me about girls like me.
Just women in general. Like, I mean,
don't women in general, because you literally specifically said before we got on here that you did say that you warn guys about girls like me. So now that we're face to face, what kind of girl am I?
You're not special. You're like other girls. That's the
I'm
key.
not special.
Like,
So-
you're like other women that are
So
like,
what makes you special then?
I never said I was. But you're trying to say, well, what makes me different from like a lot of women operate the way you do? Which
And
is,
how do I operate?
in general, what I just said before, women, it's a dance between the two genders.
So you see how she's asking question after question after question. This is what a lot of sisters do. That's how I know that she learned her personality from the black woman that she met at Jackson State, because that's what they do. Boom, question after question after question after question. Don't even let you answer a question before they ask another question.
Men are trying to get sex. Women are trying to get resources, time, attention, whatever it is that they're looking for. And a lot of girls play the game better than guys. We talk about this openly on our podcast, and we're teaching guys how to not necessarily get finesse and get what they want out of girls, which a lot of the times is intimacy, but they're not able to get it. But girls are easily able to obtain money, time, resource, attention, whatever it is. Girls are running laps around dudes, which is why podcasts like ours exist.
Do you believe that Brittany has been effective in extracting, as you say, time, resources, and other things out of dudes?
No. I'll answer that. No. Brittany Renner, the only thing that she got out of PJ really was a baby. Now, if she would have got married, it would have been a different story. She didn't get anything out of Lil Uzi but a wet ass and a sore throat, okay? She didn't get anything out of Kaepernick. She actually had to put in money to meet Kaepernick. So maybe what you could say is she got the experience of being able to write about these guys, quote unquote, allegedly anonymously. But she really didn't get anything, substantial. Okay. She really didn't. So she definitely was trapping backwards, but this is what a lot of women do. Okay. A lot of women don't secure the bag. Most of them don't. That's why you see, these celebrity guys, they, out of the 10, 11 baby mamas that Future has, there are 1,000 more women that he smashed. There are 1,000 more women that he smashed that didn't get the baby, that didn't get this, that didn't get that. So you got to understand that Brittany Renner is one of those. She's a side chick. She's a glorified side chick, and she fumbled the bag. Now she's trying to play catch up doing these interviews to preserve her image, but it's not going to work because no self-respecting man is going to be able to do a Google search of her, look at the things that he finds, and says, hey, I want to wipe that.
Yeah, to a degree, sure. Yeah. I mean, like, a lot of girls want to do. I mean, well, here's the thing. You've been so adamant about me being incorrect, and I don't know, and you don't know me, and all this other stuff. Tell me then. Maybe we're off. Who knows?
Well, I think, first of all, let's bring it back a couple notches.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's really a lot to unpack here, because my first question to you is, what do you gain from telling girls that they're not special? How does that make you feel? I mean, I know everything is a joke, but I'm asking you a real question. So how does it make you feel? Because if I say you're a bitch ass nigga, that does something for me.
There you go. The insults. The insults. And, I think he could have answered the question more directly, right? The giggles and the laughs and stuff like that. Look, you can't play this. You can't play that move with, and I'm going to call her a black woman because, that's how she's modeled her personality. Okay. So you can't play that like, ha, ha, ha. I'm just going to scoff at your questions. I'm going to be the man and dismiss. You can't play that with these black women. You really can't. Okay. You're going to have to address what they're saying. You just have to stand on what you said. That's really all it is. And I think that's a mistake that he made, but he pretty much redeems himself and gets the truth out of Brittany later on in the podcast, which is all that really matters.
Right? If I insult you, or if I tell you you're not special, you're forgettable, what does that do for me? No, but that doesn't, but that's what I'm saying. No, but I'm saying, what if I call you, if I just say that, again, you're forgettable. That's why I didn't want to do you guys' podcast. Forgettable. Hate the setup. The name is underwhelming. I didn't really see the value in it. Sure. Right? Okay, that's how I feel. Right. But so that's fine. But for me, that's okay if it wasn't a fit for me. But I also don't need to, in a way kind of try to devalue what you guys have going on, because at the end of the day, I may not agree with anything you guys talk about, because honestly, I feel like when you've seen 2 or 3 videos, you've seen them all. But the reality is that I went to your guys' page and I went to the different links and the different services and the courses that you guys offer. And I do see that there's a place for that. So even though it may not have been in alignment with what I am about, I can still give credit where it's due without trying to devalue you guys, because you guys are doing something special, right? Because you guys are, I mean, are there a lot of other people doing what you do? You could consider your guys' podcast special, right?
I think what she's mentioned is like the self-help portion for dudes, where you guys offer services to, help guys, either attract or try to talk to women and really engage with them at a higher rate that you could, potentially date them, right?
Yeah.
I guess the point that I think she's disagreeing with, right?
I'm simply asking her to tell us about herself because we were so incorrect. So tell us about yourself. That's all I'm saying. And then she went into attacking us. And
no one's attacking you, because like I said, listen, there's a lot of people that will not sit down and have a conversation with you just because of the comments that you guys made. Well, you made, and you chimed in. So you guys are Tweedledee and Tweedledum kind of, right? So I'm here to have
more insults, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I'm just taking notes. They haven't insulted her at all.
A conversation with you guys, because for me, I feel like what a lot of male-dominated podcasts are missing is the bridge of understanding. So I came here not to argue you guys or to call you out of your name or to disrespect what anybody.
But she did all of that.
He's doing, because I felt like the interview I had with him, there were things that he said I didn't agree with, but I wanted to sit down and hear his point of view. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So for you to say you're not special, well, I'm special to someone, just like you're special to someone, just like he's special to someone. So for you trying to generalize all groups of women, then we would have to take it back to where this even began. Like why you even have this view of women. And like I said, you have a bunch of dumbass bitches on your guys' podcast, and I get it. They don't.
So they keep saying that the women that they bring on the podcast are dumb. No, they're not. They bring on business owners. They brought on police officers. They brought on OnlyFans girls. They brought on, porn stars. They brought on all types of women. The women that are on their podcast are a wide variety. Some aren't attractive. Some are. Some have good jobs. Some don't. Some are unemployed and some aren't. Some are sugar babies and some aren't. But they bring on, at this point, they bring on a wide variety of women. The fact of the matter is that none of these women are stating, because they continue to say that they bring on dumbass bitches on the podcast and this, that, what they're not stating is that a lot of y'all bitches are cookie cutter, assembly line, manufactured hoes, and y'all all act the same. That's what they're not equal. Like, that is what they're not even bringing up. That a lot of these hoes out here are assembly line, like basic bitches. That's really what it is. So when you see women on the show who really can't debate and really can't articulate their points, it's because most women nowadays are not challenged, period. They're not challenged in the classroom where they have to have debates with people who don't agree with them, because everybody on the university campus has to agree with the liberal mindset, if you will, in order to be safe on campus. So it's not that they're bringing a whole bunch of dumb bitches on the podcast. It's just that the majority of these bitches anywhere, pretty much act the damn same. They want the same out of a man, and they act the same when they are in a social environment.
I'll challenge you, and I know you're a really smart guy, but it's like, I feel like you need to kind of just be honest and show people who you really are. Like, I know that for people to be dragging you guys and say, take this little clip and say that's who you are, that's not true. So that's why I sat down and had this conversation. I'm not here to degrade you. So when you make comments, when you make comments like, oh yeah, no women are special. So no woman is special, but yet you guys have a whole podcast dedicated how to get women just for sex. That's all you guys are. So you're saying men are just limited to just sex. That's all they care about is sex. Yes or no? That's all you guys care about. There's no emotional need. It's just my dick, cum, sex. I want a hole.
Wow, you are triggered, man. Wow. I
think also,
she wanted a whole right there.
Honestly, it's just I speak with conviction.
So to
speak
kind
a
of
lot
like
of emotion.
So to
conviction,
kind of like lob the ball
emotion
over the net. I think she's speaking about, like, you know, when you guys do speak on your podcast, speak in generalities a bunch, right? You know, use statistics.
Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta get another wrap. I'm icing my wrist right now. So I'll be right back.
If you want to see exclusive raw and uncut videos of Quarantino Da GAWD exposing and explaining how to bang OnlyFans chicks, cam girls, and other adult content creators and then toss them to the wayside, look no further. For only $9.99 a month, you too can become the floor slayer you were always meant to be. All you have to do is subscribe to my OnlyFans, and you can unlock the skills that it takes to bang adult models on a consistent and regular basis. Are you scared to talk to that bartender at your local pub? Or afraid to lock eyes with the HBIC in your local titty bar? Want to know how to build up the courage to engage in conversation with that hot Hooters waitress with the tight ass that you always order the 6-piece all flats naked wings with? All you have to do is click the link to my OnlyFans in the description box below. Tino Gang.
All right, we back in this bitch. Let me put my damn headphones on. Hold on. I gotta tie this thing on. Yeah, man, I'm in the gym, man, and I keep tweaking my wrist. So I might have to take a week off a bench or something like that, or my boxing shit, because it just keeps like swelling up at the joint. So freaking annoying. But anyways, let's get into it.
These things would convey what seemingly is the majority of what people see in society. I think she seems opposed to that because that doesn't really truly represent what each person is about, right?
Yeah, I mean, for you to say girls like me, I'm just like, okay, well, I'm assuming if I go off of what people have said about me, I'm a gold digger who finessed my boyfriend who I lived with and wanted to marry me and still would have wanted.
If he wanted to marry you, he would have.
Have more kids with me if I wanted to stay with him. I finessed him, and I guess I'm a gold digger. And so all girls
right,
like
let's
that.
bring this back full circle because you're speaking with a lot of emotion right now, and to be honest, you're not really making a point. I said at the top, men and women, it's a delicate dance between the two genders to get what they want. Correct? I said men want sex, women want resources, attention, money, time, whatever it is from a man. It changes per girl. Some girls want money, some girls want attention, some girls want time, or some girls want a hot guy, whatever it is. But there's a multivariate requirement from women of what they want. And men typically it's just sex. So in that regards of intersexual dynamics between men and women, I'm saying you're not special because you're like every other girl. You want to get resource, time, attention, or whatever it may be, commitment from a man, and a man wants to get sex from you. So when it comes to that, we're talking about biology of what men want from women. You are not special. You are just like every other girl, just like I'm every other guy. The difference is this. I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm special. I'm Myron Gaines. I can do this and that. We said all the time, city boys up, like we don't sit here and try to make ourselves look special. We're regular guys. We want sex. It is what it is. But women run around and say, I'm special. I'm different. It's like, nah, bro, y'all don't live in reality a lot of times. You guys say, I deserve that. I deserve this. I'm special. Someone looks at me as special. Like, bro, at the end of the day, you're a woman. I'm a guy. You are playing the game to get what you want out of the relationship. I'm playing the game to get what I want out of the relationship or temporary relationship, whatever it is. So
yeah, see, when she did all the bitch ass nigga, I would have been like, hold on, that's what we not gonna do. You gotta stop that in their tracks, okay? I think Myron could have been a little bit more confrontational with Brittany and been like, hold on. We ain't gonna go to all the name calling and shit like that because that's when it gets all off the rails and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I think he could have handled that a little bit better. But he is gonna start making some points here that the logic that he starts bringing really becomes undeniable.
So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm special. That's what I'm talking about. You could say you're special in other regards, but I'm talking about between men and women. That is the game. That's how it is.
No, hold on. Just real quick. So there's a lot of articles about you, right, out there, about things that you do or They say that you do. Obviously speaking, there are articles. It could be fake. It could be, who knows?
That shit ain't fake. She wrote a book. She's got videos on World Star. I'm looking at a video right now where she is sucking on a banana, basically insinuating that this is her future husband. Okay? She also says that she's not sorry for finessing PJ Washington. Okay? Like, Brittany Renner has a history out there that she's doing the most. And that's why she wanted to settle down with PJ Washington, because she was tired of being for the streets.
Agenda being pushed here, right? So we're asking you, tell us about you, who you really are.
Yeah, because you said we were wrong.
Because we can assume off of articles, but that may not be true. Just like you said earlier, clip may not be us, but who is Brittany Renner? That's what we want to know.
I feel like the biggest thing that people have wrong about me is that it's always been money motivated. And that for me, I'm not going to lie, if I was a gold digger, I'd be a really fucking stupid one. Okay. So I think that what's the most hurtful is that what I want when I think about a relationship and a man is I do want the commitment. I do want someone to travel the world with, spend time with, build a family with. And I genuinely feel like, you know, one of the messages that I pushed early on when I was on Instagram is like, I'm the biggest man hater. Fuck these guys. But really, in reality, you have to want a man. You're gonna have to have that mentality. I need a man to create this type of life that I'm wanting. So I think like it has just been really hurtful to be accused of like money makes me happy. This is going to be it. And I've had all of that. I had money on my own. I had a man with money, and it wasn't enough.
Right.
It wasn't enough. So I think for me, I don't know. I just feel like a naive girl, to be honest, because I do believe that there are good people who want the same things that I want, but I just have not met that guy that we're on the same page where we both want commitment. We both value.
All right. We got to stop it here. I want to show you. I got to show you guys who Brittany Renner is, because she's talking all this shit about, oh, you don't know who I am, da-da-da-da.
If I was married, I can't see myself not having my own house outside of the main house. Like, I would just have to have my own space. Maybe that will change with time. Who knows? But also, it's crazy. Like, people, they want to see you fail. Oh, they want to see you fail. And when you don't, oh, they have no control over you. They can't do anything because all you fucking do is win. Like, God, this girl's still here? Because I thought somebody thought there was good. Yeah, I thought. You thought. We all thought. I want to say thank you to the people on all social media platforms that continue. God, don't cry. That continue to support me, because this shit's a fucking privilege to have. I'm so fucking thankful. I swear to God, I see the world with a whole different set of eyes.
It's a privilege. She's crying online, doing the most. I can't even play that video, but it's so crazy, bro. Like, and the fact that she's crying and carrying on and doing all this stuff. Look, she's over here grinding on the bars. This is who she is. She literally wrote a book about all the niggas that she fucked in the industry. This is who she is. And I'm trying to find, I think a lot of the videos that they did have on her was removed. But look, this is what she said about her encounters with Lil Uzi Vert.
And you know what's really crazy, Samir, is that when I originally got invited, I was not even going to go, but it was so crazy. Like, we're in the same city, and you really weren't that pressed to see me. You didn't really care to spend time with me. You actually didn't even respond to my text the day that I had texted you. I mean, you don't even fuck me. It's like, if I were to tell you I don't want to suck your dick, well, then I would think that you'd probably get somebody else to do it, right? It's the same kind of concept. I've given you so many chances after embarrassing me publicly time after time again when I know you still fuck with that other bitch on top of the other one and God knows how many more. So it's like, you really have nobody to blame but your fucking self.
And do you think Lil Uzi gives a fuck? Hell no. Lil Uzi is with JT right now, his dark skin queen, living his best life, living his best demonic life. Okay, so this is who Brittany Renner is. This is who she is.
Dear future husband, I'm deeply saddened that you have to experience all this hopelessness, disappointment, and confusion. But I know in my heart that everything you're experiencing is only making you stronger for us, babe. It's crazy that you haven't met any girl that, has made you happy like I'm gonna make you happy. And yet, I'm enjoying every minute of your sorrow, for I know it is bringing us closer together. I can't wait for you to stop fucking playing, babe. Just been waiting here a long time. Only got so many golden years. Maybe, you can come over. Well, we can start on that family. Or I can swallow them. Whatever you want to do, but I'm ready when you are.
That's Brittany Renner, guys. That is Brittany Renner in a nutshell, okay? Not to mention the time she broke down online for all the world to see. So I'm about to show you guys right here. If Myron and them would have done a little bit more research, they would have been fully prepared to deal with her.
I've abused my power, being able to provide, and I never wanted to be like that. And that's what I want. Because being alone is easier than having to open up. I saw my mom get mistreated by men constantly, and I never wanted to be like that. I think if I'm independent in every area of my life, it increases my value as a woman, being able to provide. That's what I have believed. I have believed that money gives me power and power gives me control.
So remember in the Akademiks video, she just said, oh, it ain't about money. It ain't about money. Da, 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 da.
I have abused my power by attempting to control people with what I'm able to do for them financially. If I can do things for you that you are unable to do for yourself, that makes me powerful. And with that power, gives me more control.
This was just a simple YouTube search. Dude, are you fucking kidding me? This is what a simple YouTube search. And that's what you find out about Brittany Renner. So for her to say all this stuff of, oh, well, I'm a woman with moral character and it's fucking BS. But like I said, she's probably a cool bitch to kick it with.
The relationship outside of sex, outside of what we could create together too. Because even outside of that, in my mind, there's still like, where's the magic? Like, why be in a relationship if it is just so black and white? Like, oh, it's just sex. Oh, it's just, I have a roof over my head. I get this lifestyle. That's it. I'm supposed to be happy.
Yeah, you want too much.
So you want a connection?
I think all of us long for that. I don't want to generalize all of us and say like, oh, that makes everybody happy. But I think generally most people do long for a connection. And that's been me. And yes, I've kind of probably sought that in some questionable characters. But I think that's where my lens is just a little different, where I feel like you really don't know a person until you know a person. So just because someone plays basketball, why would I assume, oh, he's never going to be faithful to me? Because that's a generalization. And that's not healthy either, because not everyone is like that.
So I understand your point of view a little bit more now. Question for you. Do you regret posting online stuff about men that you said in the past, because I feel like that paints a picture of you, and then say, you know what, damn, she might finesse me if I get with her. So I'm gonna play a game with her.
Facts.
I think a lot of things that
Brittany Renner posted a lot of videos about finessing guys and all this kind of stuff. And now it's coming back to bite her in the ass. And now she's upset. Now she is mad that she can't really get the same rhetoric off that she was before. And the fact of the matter is, nobody is going to take you seriously now, Brittany Renner. Nobody. The only niggas that are going to take you seriously are bum niggas, okay? You are going to have to bring somebody up. You're going to have to bring somebody up, and he'll probably be a nigga who's clout chasing. Or you're going to have to pull a Nicki Minaj and go back to like the first hood nigga that you fell in love with. That's who you're going to have to go back to be with. Okay? It don't matter what charges he got. It don't matter how many years he done did in prison. You better go back and find that man and bring him up. That's the only solution for you at this point. Because you are not, as beautiful as she is, she's not finna find a guy who makes more money than her, who is going to tolerate her past that is online, let alone her being a baby mama. Either go back to your mans or shut the fuck up.
I posted did not age well. I can't go back about anything I said. I think the biggest thing I can do now is lead by example and kind of, show women if you want certain things, you can't really do certain shit. You can't say that men ain't shit, but then you want a husband. It's counterproductive. It doesn't make sense.
Right. Would that also go into, because what they also say on their podcast is, for example, if you're a woman.
Shout out to Alpha Zoe. He says she will end up like Amber Rose. Yeah, I think so. She'll end up like Amber Rose. Probably get with some nigga with face tattoos. Crash out with a nigga with face tattoos. You know what I mean? Have a baby by him. Get cheated on by that nigga with 12 chicks. That's the type of chick that Brittany Renner is. Zilla the God says she don't have Nicki Minaj money. Yeah, she don't. She don't. But I'm just saying she's making more than like most niggas out here. So she's going to have to bring a nigga from the streets up, or, just a regular 9-to-5 stay-at-home dad type dude.
Woman who's interested in later having a husband and a family, if you're posting certain pictures, if you're doing certain activity, if you're, for example, publicizing that you've been with a bunch of other dudes.
Right. Bro, people are not like, no self-respecting man who worked hard for his life and made it out the mud is going to take Brittany Renner seriously. And now you got Brittany Renner. She's promoting some NFT scams and shit like that on her Instagram. I just pulled it up right now. So we've got Brittany Renner. She posts very seductive, slutty pictures on Instagram. Any guy with a bag is not going to take you seriously, honey. I'm sorry. Men are not going to take you seriously if you're leading with your promiscuity. That's just facts. You got pictures of you being pregnant all over your Instagram. You got the baby all over Instagram. So a dude who is dealing with you is going to have to be big stepdaddy. You're going to have to place big stepdaddy. Dudes are just like, I don't see why women think that that's supposed to be something that's appealing to men. But it's not appealing going into a situation where a woman has a child. And although it is a child, it's her child to her and she loves it and all that kind of stuff, it's a distraction for the relationship. So here we go. We are on Brittany Renner's profile. And you see the types of pictures that she's taking with Tiana Trump. But she literally expects to get a man who makes more money than her, is a lot taller than her, and is going to be faithful. Has more clout than her and is going to be faithful. I'm sorry, honey. It ain't going to work. What you're asking for is not possible. What you're asking for is not possible. And if he is out there, he's probably what's that dude that Megan Good married? Devon, what is his name? The pastor, Devon Franklin, right? Devon Franklin. He's gonna be like that, and he's gonna wait till marriage, and then when y'all get married, he's gonna want to fuck you, and you're not gonna want to fuck him because you're not really aroused by him. And then, and then when y'all are like about to break up, and he's telling you that he needs you to open up sexually to him, and you've already been ran through, and now you don't want to open up to your husband because you've been ran through and you're motherfucking tired. Now you're going to be with him, and it's going to be a problem because he's going to ask you to open up sexually, and you're going to be like, well, I don't want to have sex. Da, 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 da. And you're going to be on that bullshit, okay, because you're not really aroused by him. You just saw him as husband material. And then he's going to pray over the pussy. My nigga's going to pray over the pussy. He's going to be like, dear God, please give my wife a sex drive. Please bring her attractiveness back to me and all this kind of stuff. You're going to pray over the pussy. Like Devon Franklin did with Megan Good, and it's going to turn her off even more. This is the cycle. This is the cycle. Nice guys are finishing last. I'm sorry, it is what it is. Nice guys are finishing last.
You're greatly reducing the percentage of dudes who would be attracted to that.
I take you serious.
Yeah. So that's the term they use.
I think that from a general standpoint, I think that is a fair perspective. Absolutely. I think there are a lot of guys who, first of all, we all have our own insecurities that we're working through. Second of all, you add social media and then you're posting your body or you're posting certain things. Yes, you're going to weed out your options naturally, depending on the guy. Now, I do think that when you like I am, I'll just have used me as an example. When you're out here like me, you're going to have to get a guy who doesn't give a fuck either, who doesn't care what they say. And
sorry. Men give a fuck because our image is very important. You're going to have to get a guy who doesn't give a fuck either. Sorry. Wrong again. Men give a fuck because the woman that we're with matters. It matters if the woman that we're with has been with other guys that we know. It matters. No matter what women want to say, no matter how they want to slice it, no matter how the cookie crumbles, it matters about your past. If I'm courting you and I go to the club and I see another nigga and everybody telling me I don't even know, and I see another nigga and everybody's telling me that you fucked them before, it's going to be a problem. Because now I'm feeling like, damn, you really got me out here in these situations looking stupid. Because you didn't inform me that, hey, babe, you know, this guy I used to deal with, da-da-da-da. I don't know what smoke is coming behind that ass. A lot of niggas got smoke for a bitch who left them. So he might have smoke for me because he got smoke for you. And I'm not trying to be in that situation. So it's important that I know, okay, this girl really ain't been around. I can take her places and not have to watch my back or be worried about niggas telling me that she done been with this, that, and the third. And now I'm looking stupid with the bitch who done been with every nigga in the club.
To be honest, at this point, at this stage in the game, it does feel like a unicorn. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to settle or I'm going to give up or I'm going to think, well, no man's ever going to take me seriously. I just haven't met the right guy. So it's like, yeah, from the general.
No, the right guy is going to be a beta. He's going to be a good guy. He's going to be a Devon Franklin. Even if he has money, the right guy is going to end up being beta. You're going to be turned off. He's going to be big stepdaddy. Any man who is going to accept the child of another woman, bro, of another man to date you, he's already going to be in a different mindset. So in his mindset, he doesn't believe that he deserves his own family. He doesn't believe that he deserves his own family or could get a woman who is as beautiful as you and start his own family. That's a problem in and of itself. Because any guy with his head on straight unless he can't have kids at all or he doesn't want kids of his own, he's going to be like, why would I go and try and build with this woman and she already got a family?
general standpoint, there are probably a lot of people that would not give me a chance. But that's okay. That's one less heart to break, like whatever.
All right, so I'll say this real quick because you mentioned like mainstream media tries to paint you in a certain light, being a gold digger, whatever. If you watched our show, then you would know that we actually tell girls all the time, get the best guy that you can get. Here's the reality. We understand women like you. We know how women like you operate. It is what it is. We actually tell guys all the time, yo, girls are going to want the biggest, brightest, and best deal that they can get when it comes to men. Hypergamy is a real thing. Women date up. And we accept that and we acknowledge that. Here's the reality.
That's her point, though.
That wasn't my point.
But here's let me bring it full circle. The point is this: she's saying mainstream media is trying to paint you as a gold digger, whatever. The reason why they do that is because most guys think men and women are the same. They think they're equal. They think, oh my God, this is a travesty. This woman wants to date a guy just because he has money and he has affluence and he's popular. No shit, Sherlock. But we live in a world now where we tell men and women, you're the same and you can do everything, and women are supposed to like you for you. But we acknowledge these uncomfortable truths that women love opportunistically, men tend to love idealistically. Girls want a guy that is better than them. It's been that way since the beginning of time. But in the West, in general, United States, where feminism is strong and women tend to be looked at as equals, any woman that reverts to kind of what you're doing, which is like, hey, I want a guy that has his shit together, which there's nothing wrong with that. We actually applaud women that exercise that ability and use their looks to get the best man, because that is your ultimate weapon. It's not your education. It's not your career. It's not how much money you make. So we actually agree with women like you, and we actually understand where it's coming from. The reason why mainstream media can't accept it is because they think men and women are equal. They think they're the same. So they look at it like, oh my God, it's crazy. She just wants to date a guy because he's popular, he makes money. We accept that, and we know that over here on our side of the internet. It's just that mainstream media is not going to like it because they're not used to a girl leveraging her beauty to get the best guy that she can get. We know that on our side. And that's what we teach guys. This is how very attractive women operate. They're going to use their looks and their ability and, I don't want to say manipulation, but I guess you could say manipulation because girls have a lot more game than guys. That's what game typically comes down to get the best guy that they can get. And it is what it is. You just need to know how to.
I don't think he has answered the question yet anyways, but
operate and move around that, So we understand these uncomfortable truths that men and women are not the same. And here's the thing. We know we're not here to shame you for it. Like, it's kind of funny because like people say, oh, do fresh and fit shame women for exercising their options? No, we just tell guys this is how women really move. But mainstream media isn't ready for that.
Is that a fair depiction of how you go about trying to get with the guy? Like you're using and leveraging what you have going for you to get the highest value guy, essentially.
Literally, all Brittany Renner has going for her is that niggas know who she is and she's fine. Okay. It would be better. It would be a lot better if Brittany Renner, was unknown. Brittany Renner would have the industry by the balls. Brittany Renner would have the industry by the balls if she was unknown. Okay? Understand that. Understand that. Brittany Renner would have the industry by the balls if she was unknown. She would be the new hot chick, and at some point, she was the new hot chick. But she spoiled everything that she had going for her. And how did she do that? By talking about her past, by writing a book about her past, by trying to put famous men that she slept with on blast. That's how she fucked up. Brittany Renner would have been straight if she would have just played the quiet, like Lori Harvey. You don't see Lori Harvey out here doing interviews and telling you how many niggas she fucked and who she fucking is on third. And Michael B. Jordan, even though I think it was a beta move for him to cuff her, he ended up cuffing her. Now, he hasn't married her yet, which should be coming soon if he's really serious about her. But she was able to attain the highest value black man in the film industry right now. Okay? And that's what it is. That's what it is.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Let me say this too. A lot of girls, the only difference between you and these other girls is you're open about it. Exactly. You're honest about it.
You're honest about it.
And people can't handle honesty. And it's kind of funny because they try to crucify people like me and you because we're both honest in what we do. I'm honest about how women move and how guys need to move to adapt to the new dating marketplace. You're honest about, hey, all these guys ain't worth shit. This is how you move, and you leverage your beauty to get out what you want. Like, we're on opposing ends of the spectrum of you're helping the girls get what they want, and I'm trying to help the guys get what they want. But I understand where you're coming from. But mainstream society doesn't understand people like us because we're honest.
And one last point. We brought on Blue Jasmine on our show, right? Everyone's bashing her and saying, oh, you're this, you're that.
We agree with her.
We agreed with her. we validated her points. We said, yo, we got you. We understand. So
she was tripping on certain points, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know if she told you. Did she tell you about the point that if she breaks up with a guy, she expects her ex-boyfriend to pay her bills? Well,
we understand the mentality, but we're not saying,
bro, when she said that shit, I was like, bro, 80 to 90% of girls think that way. They just will never admit it.
Shout out to Alpha Zoe. He says what many men don't realize is that many modern women think and act just like Brittany Renner. Yes, be on your P's and Q's, vet all women. Exactly. So when Brittany Renner was saying, y'all bring a bunch of dumbass bitches on your podcast and they can't debate with you and they can't keep up verbally with you, it's just not true. The fact of the matter is most of these modern women act the same. That's really what it comes down to. They prioritize the same things. They want to visit all the same places. Their morality is at the same level. They've all been ran through. So it's like, if everybody is doing the same shit, something has to been like, most of these chicks really act the same. That's just the reality.
So we give her props. You know what? Got you.
A lot of girls feel that way. And that's why I say that, because we live in a world now where men are, assumed to be like equal to women and vice versa. So girls can't really exercise, hey, I want to just be able to depend on a guy, even though deep down, that's what they want.
Is that a modern way of thinking for most women, or is it like just always kind of been like that?
Feminism, bro. Because what feminism has done is it's come in and it's told women you need to chase a career, chase a bag, make money. But the reality is, we know from the studies, and we just know in general from a big predicator on female happiness is a family and children. It's not a career and making money. And we've brought so many girls on our show that are in their 30s, whatever. They break down and cry in tears, bro, on air. I wish I got married. I wish I had kids, blah, blah, blah. Because they have this money, they have the success. But women don't derive the same pleasure from success like men do, because men were built for this. Like, if you don't produce as a man, you're based on what you create. Like, men are based on what they create from like outside in the world. Women are based on what they create inside their bodies, bringing children to life. Like, that's what women do. And that's what men do since the beginning of time. But we live in this crazy world now where we try to say men and women are the same. Women should go ahead and chase a career, but it leaves a lot of women unhappy. Like, 1 in 4 women now runs around on antidepressant and anxiety medication because they chase this career and this money, but it doesn't actually give them fulfillment. You know, how many rich girls do you know? I mean, me and you both know that make money and they're sad.
Yesterday, well, the ones I know, it's because they're doing OnlyFans and they're compromising their character.
Right. So there are a lot of women who are doing OnlyFans, and he's right, they're compromising their character. But what I want to point out is that it's not that they're compromising their character, because if women could walk around naked and get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars a month and nobody shame her for it, they would do it. Okay, they would do it. The reality is, and as you guys see, the bots are coming in. Look at these bots. You can tell YouTube shadow banned my shit because they putting up these fucking bots. But the reality is, the reason why these women end up upset and sad and alone is because men know who they are. All right, they know who they are, and their past is out there for all to see. If they could somehow do OnlyFans and do all this shit and basically not get exposed at the same time, like only weirdos and niggas that they would never take seriously know about their OF, then they would be in a position where they would be happier, because they'd be doing what they love to do, which is pretty much anything sexual, and, you know, pretty much just doing nothing, just laying there in a sexual position and whatnot, and getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for it. Okay, because a lot of these women, their natural instinct is to go into sex work, prostitution. That's why you see so many women nowadays, strippers, OF, Instagram models, even if they're not like proclaimed models and whatnot, they're doing photo shoots and doing all this shit because they want to sell sex to you. Okay, as a man, they want to sell sex to you, And the reason why those OF and porn star bitches are sad is not because that morally they think it's wrong or their conscience is getting to them. Fuck no. It's because people know about it and people are judging them for it. That's the only thing that they care about, what people think about them.
Like
but even lawyers, bro, like really successful women that go to school and make it, they make a lot of money and they're still not happy because
well, I would say it's a trade-off, right? So like, you know, if someone, you know, kind of neglected the social life, neglected dating, didn't really kind of see what's out there because they're focused on school. And I mean, it goes from both sides. I think there's a lot of doctors who really miss out on social life. They get to the end of the rainbow in terms of getting to their career, and they're 34 years old. They've never dated and had the experiences that maybe somebody who's 21 who didn't and was on a different track had. So what do you think about that, though, Brittany?
I mean,
we threw a lot out there.
Well, yeah, that was like a lot to. Yeah, it was a lot. But I mean, honestly, I think what's tough too. I think just like as men, you know, he was saying, you know, it's about what we can create outside. It's about what we can do, what we can bring to the table, I guess, which is kind of sucks because men are like their value is based on what they can put on the table. Right. And we're not even looking at the actual man.
Actually, it doesn't suck, bro. It's so easy for women to date. And it's so hard for men to date and even to get sex. Like, bro, it doesn't suck in the way that she's saying. Like, she's saying, oh, it sucks for women because men are judged on what they build. Most men don't build a goddamn thing. Most men don't build shit. Most men don't have no type of funds, no type of resources. So for the majority of men, it fucking sucks. For that 80% that you wouldn't even look at, Brittany, it fucking sucks. For those 95% of guys who aren't 6'5", like you said you want them to be, it fucking sucks because they're not getting the pussy that they believe that they deserve, even if they don't deserve it. So, but for an average woman, she's getting men that she doesn't deserve, but she believes she deserves them because she's had a guy on this level.
Internally, we're just like, well, if you don't make this, you don't make that, you're not shit. Like men are kind of pushed to just work and slave and are kind of forced in a position where if you don't make a certain amount of money, you just are worthless to society. And that's something I don't like. I don't like that. You know, I mean,
yeah, you're saying you don't like that, but you wouldn't date a nigga who made $50,000 a year. I don't like that. I don't like that. Why can't that be changed? Why? It's not fair, but I wouldn't fuck him though. It's not fair, but I wouldn't fuck him.
Of course, it's like, you know, how can we change that? But
there is no changing it. We can cry about it, man.
No,
but
like, listen though, because it's like, yeah, the reality is like, oh, we can cry about it. We can, yeah, but the reality is that why do we just brush it off like that? Because what I've noticed about you is you're very militant. So like, I don't know your background, but I just kind of feel like it's very, oh, well, get over it. This is how it is. Cry about it if you want. But it's like, okay, but what about the person under that? Like at what point in time, like, cause as a man, if I put myself in a man's shoes and I'm having a hard time getting women, I'm not making a lot of money, I feel worthless to society, nobody wants me. Like, how am I really gonna treat women when I do get these things? I'm gonna look at you guys as objects. That's not healthy either, because I feel like men are more than what they just bring to the table. And I think
she's hella cap. She's hella cap. If you would not date a man who makes $50,000 a year but has a great personality, then you're full of shit.
For me, with women, like where I'm at now, an uncomfortable truth for me is I would be considered trophy pussy. Like I have to filter through like.
No, you were probably considered trophy pussy before you wrote that book about all the niggas that you fucked. You're not even a trophy anymore. You're like I don't know, maybe like a medallion that you wear around your neck, and maybe you get a keychain or some shit like that. You're not trophy pussy no more. You had a kid with another man. You're not a trophy wife. You're not trophy pussy no more. You're a side bitch, like Akademiks said, which it is what it is. It's not a bad thing necessarily. That's the position that you put yourself in.
Yes, I can leverage my beauty and get the highest bidder. But the reality is like we both want each other because I'm who I am. You can do what you do. But we can leverage and come together and get whatever we want out of that. But we're still missing the point here, which is the magic, like the romance, the love, the connection. Like,
first off, men are the real romantics. Women don't do anything romantic. What do women do that is really romantic in the confines of a relationship? Like they're not giving you anything. Like the men are expected to hold doors, be chivalrous, bring roses, set up dates, plan dates, spend money on dates, take you into their home, all this kind of stuff. Women aren't really romantic. Like what are the only romance that they can really show you is what that mouth do. Because they're not doing really much anything else that is romantic, okay? I don't get it. Like, they're not even running your bath water. They won't help you put your do-rag on. They won't brush your waves out. They won't do your hair no more. Like, it's different.
At what point we can spit out statistics all day. We can talk about this is what men are to society. This is what women are to society. We're supposed to bear children. You guys are supposed to bring the bread in. But it's just like, okay, that's great. What about the other shit though? Are you guys in relationships?
So Brittany,
no, are you guys in relationships?
Brittany,
I'm asking.
Hold on, just real quick.
No, are you in a relationship?
Many. You gotta break it.
Real nigga shit. He said many. And I fuck with that nigga Fresh. I really do fuck with Fresh. You know what I mean? Because that's my nigga. You know what I mean? Like he keep it a buck. Okay. And he said it right. Many. Because men are able to have multiple relationships with different women and not think none of it. Like we're not going to get emotionally fucked up about it. And we're not going to get, I have to provide emotionally here and have to provide. Nah, like if I'm fucking, I'm fucking. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And I'll treat the woman just like I'll treat the next woman. She's going to have a great relationship in a great situation when she's dealing with me. Point blank. I make it comfortable for her. All right? I make it comfortable for all my bitches. That's really what Fresh is saying.
Very good point there, right? You said it's not fair or it's not cool that guys looked at as success objects, right? So let me ask you this question. Are you going to date a broke nigga?
Okay.
Yes or no?
That's a no. That's a fuck.
You hear it? Okay, she paused. Yeah, you're not dating a broke nigga. Thank you. Next.
No. I'm just curious.
So listen, the reality is if I can create X lifestyle for myself.
Yes or no?
Why would can I finish my point?
Go ahead.
Okay. If I can create X for myself and I have my house, I have my car, why would I be with someone who at least doesn't have those things?
That's the whole point here.
Yeah.
So you just said earlier, why does it matter if guys is successful or not? It should be the connection. It should be all that stuff. That's great and all, but in reality speaking, if guys don't have things on the table to be for security, you're not going to date them.
But my thing is why would I want to be with someone who doesn't prioritize themselves? Listen.
Bruh. Just because a man doesn't make $100,000 a year doesn't mean he doesn't prioritize himself. This is how out of the loop deranged women are when it comes to understanding the hardships that men deal with. It's fucking hard to make money out here. It's fucking hard to make money out here when you can't just turn your ass around and spread your fucking ass cheeks open. It's hard as fuck out here. Okay? So for you to come here and say, well, you don't prioritize yourself because you don't make $100,000 a year and you don't want to have 35 streams of income. Not every man is going to be able to do that, baby. Okay? It's just not going to happen. Okay?
Listen, I know what we're saying because we're saying, we were talking about what guys bring to the table, what they can bring to the table. But the reality is I can look at somebody, regardless of their financial status, in a different way if I have my own things. And the reality is if he's in the gym, he has his gallon of water, right? Is he wrong for not wanting to be with a girl who doesn't drink enough water a day, who has her pH balance is off, who's not taking care of her body? Is he wrong for not wanting that? No, because that's what the standard of his life. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's just kind of how I feel.
You're missing the point. What he's simply trying to illustrate here is that there's a barrier to entry. You're not even going to give a guy an opportunity if he doesn't meet a certain financial requirement that you have brought upon yourself, which is fine. We talk about this all the time. Women don't date down socioeconomically almost ever. However, men will gladly do it if the roles were reversed. And
it's true. Brittany Renner will not date a man who makes less money than her. Facts.
You didn't have your stuff together financially, but a man did. He would gladly take you in. And they would date you. Hell, you've been in relationships with some pretty, up there guys, and they didn't care about how much money or whatever you brought to the table, because men and women are very different. We don't care about what you bring to the table financially or status-wise, but women do. So you can say, and this is kind of the difference between men and women. Like, women get the privilege of living in a Disney fairy tale of take me how I am, and this shouldn't be this way, and this is fucked up. Men don't get that privilege. We have to accept the cold, hard reality that what you bring to the table determines your worth. You either do it or you don't.
Pay attention, Myron spitting facts.
You either become successful and women are a byproduct, or you don't, because girls like you're highly successful yourself. You're out there in the limelight. You probably have put a pretty good life together for yourself. You're not going to accept.
So she brought together a pretty good life for herself, but she's sitting in the car talking about she's homeless. She's sitting in the car talking about she's homeless. Brittany Renner blew every piece of fucking money that she got since she got on. Brittany Renner is starting from square one.
Moved into my new place today. Y'all, when I tell you, I've been thugging. Okay, like, been living with my mom and my sister. It's me, my mom, my sister, my baby. I mean, because, 2.5 months when I decided to leave, my baby was 2.5 months old. I didn't have anywhere to go. I didn't even have a car. I still don't have a car. I got rid of my car, because, empty promises, whatever. But
PJ told her she was getting the Wraith. PJ told her she was getting the Wraith. Hey, that nigga player.
I've been thinking so hard, Beach. Bitch, this has really been the hardest time of my life. And here I am. Because I thought somebody, right. Because, that to say, don't ever relinquish your independence for a relationship.
You hear? Don't relinquish your independence for a relationship. This big ass, long ass fucking caption. She done blew all the money that she had made in all this time. All the book money is gone.
A man that is financially inept or doesn't have his shit together, which is fine. That's the way it should be. But men don't have that same barrier. So what I'm trying to say is that your own preferences yourself show that men must perform. And here's the other thing.
Yep. And what I always say is women's standards make them superficial by nature. Your standards, your physical standards, your financial standards make you superficial. There's nothing wrong with that. So they always try to say, man, you're superficial. You just want a fat ass with a hole and all this kind of dumb shit. Everybody's superficial.
You're pretty successful yourself. I'll tell you, there's average girls that are competing for the same men that you're competing for, and there's average girls that have similar standards of what you want. Trust me, we're in Miami, we're in New York. We see a lot of women have very high standards. So as a guy, being average is not good enough anymore. You have to rise to a certain level. So we could say should, could, would, whatever it is, but the reality is men must become, and it is what it is. That's guys got to accept the truth.
Do you see their point that, so, I don't even think I got to paraphrase it. Basically, they're saying that you have a standard, but for guys, usually that standard doesn't exist.
I like the way that they just broke it down. Like, I totally get what they're saying. Absolutely. Because it's just like, okay, so you guys have this barrier, but we don't, so I totally understand.
And here's the thing. Yeah. We acknowledge this and we understand that women date up and it is what it is. We accept it and it is what it is. So we tell guys all the time, you need to become successful for yourself. And then women are a byproduct of that. Now you were saying, well, are guys going to resent women when they become successful, blah, blah, blah. Some guys might. I ain't gonna lie to you. Some guys might be like, fuck, took me forever to make this money. I'm going to pay this chick now $1,000 and piss on her. I don't fucking know. Some guys be weird on it. So some guys do. Yeah. But we tell guys like, bro, this is why I tell guys all the time. yo, don't get married or get a serious relationship until you have had a couple of girls that you've dealt with so that you understand how women operate, how they think. You know, you might get finessed 1 or 2 times. You know what I'm saying? You got to take a couple L's because that way you'll be able to see what you like, what you don't like, what you're willing to tolerate, what you're not willing to tolerate. And then you're going to have a good body of evidence of how women maneuver and operate. And I know you're saying like women are special, whatever. I'll be honest. You guys are very pretty similar when it comes to like
facts. Most of these hoes are assembly line, cookie cutter bitches. They are the same hoes in a different body, same hoes with a different face.
Like, you know, dealing with girls and how they move and everything else like that. Women are very emotional creatures, and guys need to be able to see the different patterns and habits that women have. And this isn't to knock you or knock all the ladies in the studio, but women on a balance of averages operate a certain way, especially when they deal with men. So,
and you asked a very important question just now. You says, hey, are fashion fit in relationships, right? So get this. For men and women, it's different because for us, we can have multiple options and choose the best one and wait. For you, for women, you're kind of on like a time clock. So just to bring this back home a little bit, I was dating this girl, right? And I can know who it is. Oh, man. Met her on a yacht, right? And I spoke to her for like an hour and a half, spoke about different goals, what she's about. And
what she told you she was about.
Hold on. And I said on the podcast, she likes me for me, right? People took it as, oh, she wants me because this is who I am, blah, blah, blah. You know what it really was? I got to a certain point in my life where I had some type of success, some type of like security that she could see, and she liked that, right?
Mhm.
Personality-wise, on point, dope person, cool personality. We could just vibe, have fun, go to the park, walk dogs, and it was an awesome experience. That connection was there. Even though she had a crazy past of like TikTok videos talking about men, she hates men, all that stuff. But personality-wise, it was there. So I saw past the videos to who she really was. Now, in your scenario, people paint a picture of you saying, oh, you're a gold digger, you're this bad person, whatever. You're probably a great person.
I say you're smart.
Yeah.
We say it all the time. Smart.
But how your past actions kind of like come out to haunt you for what you did in the past. Now, my question to you is, how are you going to move forward to get past those hurdles? Because like even for her, that whole TikTok pass, it messed up what we had going on because the internet took it and ran with it. But the point is, I'm asking you, how are you going to move past your past videos and past actions, you think?
I personally live by, if it can be destroyed by the truth, it should be destroyed by the truth. So if me vocalizing my truth results in never getting married, then that's just something I'm going to have to accept. If a man's not willing to take on those challenges, which I'm not asking anyone to, if you don't want to, then I got to. If I'm not for you, I'm not for you. But I think the reality is when you live out loud and you post a certain way and you stand on certain principles, you have to accept what comes behind it. So, you know, it is what it is. Like, I feel like at this point in my life where, you know, I have a child, he's 8 months old, I'm gonna be 30 next month, and I'm in a position where I never thought I would be. You know, and like I said, if I was this gold digger, I think I probably would have played my cards way earlier and probably with different people, you know what I mean? But, you know, I took a chance.
You did pretty well. You're doing better than most girls.
I'll be with you. The fact that you posted that video, I don't think you're a gold digger because gold diggers don't reveal their hand like that. Because if
what video?
So remember you talked about you dated this person, that person, you fought this celebrity. Wait, what was it? I think you were in the car, right? Talking about like, yeah,
she basically said like NBA players are fucking stupid.
Right.
But really, I was trying to make a group of people look stupid. And I made myself look even worse.
No, but think about it. If you were really smart as a gold digger, why would you post that? Like, it messes you up.
Well, I think this is where the innate conversation goes, right? And even though like I love Brittany, and you say she's smart. Well, if I'm going by you guys' philosophy, I would probably say she's not smart. Because
exactly
she would have played her cards and been silent.
No, that's the whole point.
She has listen, the dudes she's encountered and been around, and the dudes that she has, you know, been with. I would say the majority of women would want that to be their lot that they have to pick out of, right?
Yeah.
Instead, what I think she did, you know, she was so transparent,
right?
She put everybody onto what was happening. That now I think dudes looked at it like, oh, this seems like this. Now we know your body count is going up.
Yeah,
it repels people. So I wouldn't say that's necessarily smart.
No.
Well, there's different parameters on it. So here's the thing. Like some girls, right? Like there's a lot of girls that look up to you that are like, damn, I wish I could do what she did. I would get with, you know, certain celebrities, whatever it is, get a bag, get interviews off of it, get my name out there, build kind of a brand off of it.
That's what we got to find out her motive.
So yeah, but this is the thing, right? So there's different routes to success. Some girls is like, I just want the money and I want the fame, whatever. In that regard, a lot of women are going to look at what you've done and be like, that's success. You know what I'm saying? Like you won. right? But then some other girls are going to want a family and a relationship long term. Like, I want to be able to lock down a husband. I ain't gonna lie, you hurt your ability to do that now at that point with your internet celeb, because a lot of guys are going to judge a book by its cover. And we always say it, a woman wants a man with a future, a man wants a woman that does not have a past. So that might hurt you in that regard. So it comes down to, what does the woman want? Do you want the money and the fame that comes with certain types of behaviors, or do you want the quiet family life? So it depends on the girl. But
what I was saying is that, like, her making that content definitely eliminated her from a lot of options that she would have if she just stayed silent.
Yep, that's what I said. She stabbed her own self in the foot.
But I don't think I think she made those content, and she could tell me, because she's right here. I think she made that content not looking to try to get a bag or anything else.
She made it in the moment.
Well, I think she made
I
that
can tell you
content
why.
out of probably emotion, but she still wanted to have a family.
No, I can tell you why I did it. Well, I feel like I've lived with shame my whole life, and I felt like doing those videos, even though the delivery might have been off, I felt like it was liberating for me. When I wrote my book, any person who has read my book, it is completely different than what it has been portrayed to be. And now, mind you, did I salaciously market it to get money? Of course I did, because who wants a book that's like, really, I was a 25-year-old writing a memoir.
like Superhead wrote that, like a similar
but it wasn't, it's
Yeah.
nothing like that. Because like, I read Superhead's book in high school. So it's like, I know.
But I mean the marketing tactics, the salacious marketing tactics.
Yeah.
is what
So
I
it's
meant.
like, we know it gets the people going, you know,
Yeah.
but I think when I was doing those videos, I was dealing with so much shame, and I had been in therapy for years too, learning how to really process my emotions and articulate my feelings. And I felt like nobody's talking about anything. I'm looking around, all of the girls that are under the same umbrella as me, everybody's silent. So it's tough, because it's like, why would I go against the grain when it's like, I could really just suck a dick, shut up, and then I wouldn't have to work the rest of my life. But it's just like I have been put in a position to use my voice, and that's just what I'm going to do. So I have to accept what comes behind that.
And the other thing,
just
too, I
have
want
to
to say,
accept that.
and when I said,
Right. And we'll stop it there, and I'll probably break down more of this video another time, because we're getting a little later into this. But the next video, I believe she's going to be talking about, they're going to propose to her that, hey man, why don't you just get back with your baby father? And I definitely want to break that down. But anyways, you already know what it is. It's Brittany Renner. You know, we already know what she comes with. But anyways, it's your boy Quarantino Da GAWD, man. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Send your relationship questions to the email down below with a screenshot of your cash app, so I know you're paying your tithes, man. Y'all need to be on your motherfucking day with the BS. It's your boy Quarantino Da GAWD. I'm out.
If you want to see exclusive raw and uncut videos of Quarantino Da GAWD exposing and explaining how to bang OnlyFans chicks, cam girls, and other adult content creators and then toss them to the wayside, look no further. For only $9.99 a month, you too can become the slore slayer you were always meant to be. All you have to do is subscribe to my OnlyFans, and you can unlock the skills that it takes to bang adult models on a consistent and regular basis. Are you scared to talk to that bartender at your local pub? Or afraid to lock eyes with the HBIC in your local titty bar? Want to know how to build up the courage to engage in conversation with that hot Hooters waitress with the tight ass that you always order the 6-piece all flats naked wings with? All you have to do is click the link to my OnlyFans in the description box below. Tino Gang.